So I guess it's time for us to move into have not seen.
No, that was a have not seen.
For
I
me,
I go first. For
time
you.
for me
For you,
to
yes.
move into. So we're gonna save the best for last. And instead we're gonna start with Akira, which
Ah,
was a
yes.
1988 film, which
Iconic piece of science fiction cinema.
I watched the dub.
I
So
hear the
keep
dub is bad.
All right. The story is you and your friends went out at night on your bikes to visit your dying mother, and then another bunch of other biker hooligans called the Clowns attacked you. They hurt your friend, you lost your temper, and that's why 8 of these clowns are all now in the hospital. And that is the truth.
What?
Tetsuo, just hang on.
He's really hurt bad.
Who are those kids?
They seem to be an ordinary bike gang, sir.
Tetsuo! Hey, wait! You can't take him away like...
I mean, I don't know.
The back half of that movie is really brutal. It's really brutal. He kills a lot of people.
So I definitely, okay, how do I word this? It didn't fully hold my interest the entire time, so it did not pass the phone test.
No, but it didn't for me either. Not till the end. The ending is where it gets good, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's when all the action starts happening.
I definitely, I can see, I can feel this movie's influence in other things.
You've seen this movie. If you've watched a science fiction movie or read a comic book, or if you like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z in particular takes so much from this movie.
I was more gonna just say shonen in general.
Yeah, shonen in general.
Like
takes
there's
so
a lot,
much
there's a
from
lot,
that movie.
there's a lot of things that shonen animes do going forward that I can feel from
just
this.
visually. I mean, yeah, the sliding shot with the motorcycle you've seen.
Oh, that's classic. I've seen that in so many point.
Right?
It's cutting out. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, there we go.
That went wonky
Sorry.
there for a second.
Keeps cutting out on me.
It's okay, we're almost at the end.
And
it's not 4 hours this time.
But yeah, there's the point later on where his arm has been blown off and he turns into the abomination monster, and I'm like, I saw that in the Trapper Keeper episode of South Park.
That is very specifically making fun of Akira. Yeah.
And
horrifying monstrosity.
you compared it to Chronicles, which I absolutely see the comparison.
The main guy going crazy with power and killing everybody. Yeah.
I absolutely
it's funny when
see the comparison.
What's funny, up until that moment when I said that to you, I literally thought of that in that moment when I was trying to be like,
and it was
sort of like, and you were like,
you're like,
it reminds me of this, and I'm like, no, it's really more like Chronicle. Because it is, yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, he gets
absolutely.
He goes absolutely nuts and murders everybody, and then becomes. Although he doesn't die, I can't remind me. Is it Akira who becomes a god at the end, or he becomes a god at the end and Akira kills him?
So
Akira comes back, right?
That's where I gotta say this. I was as you were talking about one of your earlier things, I was skimming the Wikipedia, and I don't remember that last part, which makes me go. Which makes
really like, what's the word, like
dense?
Not dense, but like it's told visually, kind of, or it's meant to be interpreted, I guess.
Well, so that's where I was like, either I missed it, like / wasn't paying enough attention, or maybe the version I saw cut some of that out.
That is also possible. Again, I've heard that dub is terrible.
But
I watched the Japanese version, and the Japanese version is quite good.
Because reading the end here, like reading the stuff here, I remember up until a certain point, and then it doesn't sound familiar. Hold on, I'm just trying to get to the plot point here.
But yeah, no, the kid like destroys his body and then ends
Yeah, well,
up.
like, yeah, basically, it's like he's turned into the monster. This is what I remember. He's turned into the monster, and like absorbed the guy and the girl, and he kills the girl, and the guy is still like alive inside of him. And then the three Esper kids who look like old people for
Yes.
some reason
Uh,
wake up Akira. And Akira basically creates like
oh yeah,
a
pocket dimension.
singularity,
Yeah, and takes the kid with him.
takes the kid with
Right,
him,
right,
but
right, right,
like
right, right, right.
it also destroys most of Neo Tokyo.
Right, right. It ends up being
And then
like a second because the whole thing with that movie is it's sort
and
of
then
about the nuclear the atomic bombs. It's kind of what it's
yeah,
about.
and then he puts the one kid, the main kid, the one who doesn't go crazy with power. He puts him back in Neo Tokyo, and so then it's like then at that point, what it says here, I don't really remember it. Like it says in the singularity, experiences Tetsuo's and other Esper's childhoods, which I remember. Yada yada yada. Uh, Esper's return Kanata to Neo Tokyo, informing him that Akira will take care of take Tetsuo to safety, and that Kai is developing psychic powers, which I don't remember any of that. Um,
I remember that.
Onishi witnesses the birth of a universe, but is killed in his lab's destruction. Yada yada yada. After consuming most of Neo Tokyo, the singularity disappears. Yada yada yada. Mourning Tetsuo's loss, Kanata discovers Kei and Kai have survived, and they ride off into the ruins, while Shikishima watches the sunrise. At an unspecified plane of reality, introduces himself and triggers the creation of a universe, finally transcending the limitations of human
To be
existence.
fair, Akira is technically based on a manga, which is different.
That
Um,
makes sense.
the manga, the whole thing, the whole reason why the like I don't know, I can't remember how different, but the reason why the Espers look older is because their powers have aged them. That's why they
I
look older.
figured it was something like that.
But yeah,
Um,
the Akira is more of a character in the manga. To my
Yeah, because I was gonna say, one thing that I found myself thinking multiple times during this movie is for a movie called Akira, there sure isn't a lot of Akira.
yeah, it's about them trying to avoid him coming back more than it is about
Them making
yeah
another Akira.
more well and them trying to make another one that they can control. And Akira had like evolved so far beyond them that they could no longer control him or her. I'm pretty sure it was a him.
Yeah,
Um, But yeah, that's one of those movies where yeah, it's influential, and you could see its influence. And I to be fair to you, I remember the beginning of it really failed the phone test for me. There's a couple moments I recall having to. I mean, to be fair, if this becomes a video, which it might, I'm probably gonna put in me talking about Akira because I've talked about it before. And a
probably.
movie I watched it this morning. I finally watched Akira. Have you heard of
Akira.
Akira? Have you heard of Akira?
That only because of Rick and Morty, where Morty has the gem in his head and he's going around predicting the future, killing people.
Oh yeah, he's like it's an Akira. Yeah,
He's doing an Akira. We need to stop him.
very briefly because Akira, like Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, the plot of Akira for me is the least interesting part of it. Its cultural significance is the more interesting part. We're going to talk about that more, but very briefly, Jordan, Akira takes place in the year 2019. So,
Uh,
in
Still
19
our past.
And yeah, in 1988, there was what looked like a nuclear explosion in Japan, and that caused World War III. And so this movie takes place in a retro-futuristic dystopian society where there's a lot of anti-government sentiment. The government is like trying to control people, and you find out that there is a group of psychics called Espers, and that the explosion was caused by like one of the more powerful ones, and he was he basically destroyed it and caused this, and so through one scenario or another, one of this biker gang, anti-government biker gang, crashes into one of one of these espers and has his powers unlocked, and he's slowly becoming this ultra powerful, crazy psychic guy. And he has a complex about his friend having to save him, and he's really like low self-esteem kind of guy. And he's now all powerful, and he basically is trying to amass more power. And he goes after Akira to try and, because it turns out that Akira may still be alive and is being held in cryo sleep or whatever. And he goes after him to try and basically get more power. And that's basically it. It's a lot of characters yelling about how a character's too strong and needs to be stopped, and he has too much power and whatever. And it's a dystopian future. That's all you really need to know. But what's fascinating is even if you don't think you've seen an image from Akira, you've seen something from Akira. Because it's funny, you say Rick and Morty, but you remember that episode of you remember the episode of South
Trapper
Park?
Keeper.
Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keeper.
That is literally Akira. Like it's grosser in the original version. Like it's just this amorphous like gooey flesh beast that's just hands, because he gets his arm shot off by like a super gun, and he goes up into space and like absorbs the metal gun, and it's like one of those like he has these the implication. It's kind of a metaphor for how they say that every person in Japan has a little bit of nuclear fallout in them. Well, the idea is that every person has a little bit of Akira in them, and that it just needs to be unlocked. And this guy's Akira powers gets unlocked, and he's as strong as the original Akira, and he can't be stopped. And they keep telling him, like, they try to kill him so he won't destroy the world. And they basically are like, the more you use these powers, the more you'll lose control of them. And he eventually loses total control of them and turns into the Thing from South Park. And the three espers bring back Akira, and it turns out that Akira, when he blew himself up, basically transcended this Earth, basically this universe, transcended this universe and created a whole new universe, and went there and has basically become like a formless god, basically of a higher being. And he comes back and basically creates a singularity event using the same power that he had before, and like stops the guy from destroying the town and takes all of them with him to the new dimension, and saves the day. But also, like, there's it's funny, there's a bit where the guy's on a motorcycle and he slides back, and this might be taxing your memory, but you remember in Advent Children where there's that bit where it's Cloud's on his motorcycle, and he does the side slide, and he takes his sword and he sticks it in the ground and it stops him?
Yeah, I think so.
That's from Akira. Like, shot for shot, that shot's from Akira, yeah. And I looked it up. Dragon Ball came out before Akira, but Dragon Ball Z came out after Akira, and it borrows so much from Akira, like in terms of like guys flying and fighting. And it's funny, for however much I said that Final Fantasy Spirits Within dated poorly, Akira looks phenomenal. Like, the animation is so fluid. It's an adult animation, so it's really bloody and gory and gross and
2D?
like 2D, 2D animated.
Yeah, that's why.
It's really pretty. It's gorgeous looking. Like there's when they're riding their motorcycles, there's enough detail. Like the clothes like flutter in the wind, and like the fighting. It's like Dragon Ball Z took so much from this, from this, and it's one of those anime like anyone who likes anime in the West like it because of Akira, and everyone's always said that. And I've always been like, yeah, right, whatever. And then it's one of those movies that you watch and you're like, yeah, I get it. Like, there's a reason this is iconic. Like, this is an iconic piece of cinema that still looks good. And it has that, like, 1980s anime aesthetic, which is, like kind of like, in terms of animation, it's a bit closer to, like, a Speed Racer, where it's not, like, they don't have, like, the big eyes or the... It's not immediately like an anime. It's
not shonen.
Yeah, it's not a shonen. Yeah, but you could see where shonen takes its inspiration from it. Certainly, it was really good and really interesting. And it was long, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Do you have any questions about Akira, Jordan?
Would you recommend it?
Yes, Absolutely. Anyone who likes anime and science fiction, and if you like Minority Report, if you like dystopian science fiction in particular, it's one of the better dystopian, more interesting dystopian science fiction movies I ever saw. If I were to watch it again, remember how you were like, stupid fucking Amazon Prime? Google said Amazon Prime was in it, but then when I went to watch it, it says I don't have a Prime subscription, which is confusing because is that different? I don't know, but it wouldn't let me pick it unless I had I signed up for a free trial, so I was like, so annoying. So I had to download it, and it was in Japanese. So if I were to watch it again, I'd like to watch the dub, one of the dubs, to see if it's any different. Fun fact: the main character is in one of the dubs is voiced by the guy who played the Black Ranger.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
So with that I think that's gonna wrap up. I don't remember it specifically enough. I do remember saying that I wanted you to watch it so you could be like, wow, yeah, it really is quite remarkable how much this movie has influenced pop culture. Because it is.
Oh, it definitely has.
It has.
I can see that.
That is indisputable. Whether or not you removed from what you think of that movie, it is definitely one of the most influential science fiction. If you like modern anime, shonen anime, Marvel, like any of that shit, you have Akira to thank for it.
Fun fact, did you know in 1988, Taito released an Akira adventure games for the Famicom exclusively in Japan?
I did not know that. Oh yeah, the other fun bit of trivia about that is the dub Joshua Seth is, I think that was the dub you watched. Joshua Seth is Tetsuo.
Tai.
Yeah, that's
Tai
Joshua
is,
Seth. He's Tetsuo, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. That was like his big. That's one of his big goals.
I just know that the version that I heard, there was definitely Tai was one of them
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Tetsuo.
because I could hear it.
I wanted to watch the dub, and I ended up watching the Japanese because I didn't realize there was a dub. Yeah, there's two. There's like an eHarmony dub, which apparently is terrible, and I don't think that's the dub you watched. I think you watched the better dub, but I have not heard good things.
Yeah, I mean the dub part of it, like the lip flaps were fine. The voice acting didn't sound like hollow or bad or anything.
Yeah,
it's
like
just,
that way that like badly acted anime does.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, and maybe this is just my current. I found it long for an anime movie.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
long,
to be fair, it's quite a long running.
And kind of drawn out in certain points.
To be fair, it is a 1987 or 86 movie.
88.
Yeah, the pace 88 pacing in the 1980s anime is just slow. It's just
the
pacing is slow.
124 minutes.
Yeah, the pacing I recall being quite slow. But like I say, the ending of it is really quite. If you like bloody, gory, the head's getting.
Oh, it's definitely violent.
If you like violent anime, it's definitely pretty fun. Jordan, is that it for Akira?
That's it for Akira.
Hey there everybody, it's NCAR Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen Akira? Do you agree? Is it one of the most iconic pieces of cinema of all time? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this video is from, click the box on the left that's going to take you to our 4th anime episode, or click the box on the right and that's going to take you to a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out every single day, or you could just leave us a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.